Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest here in the Just Acting Up show. Actor, model, actor. Round of applause for brother Tyrone. Come on, man.
It's live.
Hey man, I try to do my thing on the introduction and everything, bro. Like
Absolutely, that's lit, man. That was a good one. Hello,
hey,
everybody.
Appreciate it.
Good morning.
Hello.
Absolutely, what's going on?
Man, good to see you. Everybody there like the orange juice, man. Good to see you.
Absolutely, couldn't miss it at all. A little bit late, my bad, but we couldn't miss it.
Oh man, it's all
Oh
right,
man,
man.
appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all good. What you was getting into last night? I mean, you don't got to tell your personal stuff, but you was out partying or what you did?
Nah, I was in the gym.
You was
I was
getting
in
it
the
in?
gym. I was
Yeah.
in the gym. Yeah, I had to go. Well, I actually had, as an actress, that we have all type of stuff we got to do. So I had to go clean up this studio that I cleaned out. They used rentals, and then after I left that, cleaned that up, I went to the gym. And I went home, came home. So
Nice.
more
On a
than likely on
Friday night?
Fridays, you'll see me in the gym. Or I don't really, I can't remember last time I went out. It had to be like about 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago on a Friday night. Most of the time I'm in the gym or with my daughter, with my
That's
girl.
what's up. That's what's up, boy. He's focused, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking.
Yeah,
I need to do like you
yeah.
because I keep saying, James, get in the gym, and I keep on putting it off, bro.
It's the key. It really is the key. But even if
Yeah,
you can't get in the gym, start by walking. Even if you can't, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Then just finishing, switching up your eating habits. Like getting at least try to get a gallon of water a day. And then just switching up the meals and stuff.
Mhm.
yeah.
It's little by little. Everybody not gonna just jump in the gym, but so I tell people to go at your pace. Like I know a
Yeah.
lot of people trainers try to pressure you into doing stuff. Nah. Don't be feel pressure to do anything. Go at your pace.
Yeah. That's right.
Something we definitely working on because I feel like I got a testimony in my belly, so I gotta
You gotta get
work
it out.
Yeah,
You gotta get it out.
gotta get it
You
out.
can't keep it to yourself. You gotta get that testimony out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like to work out in the morning, like early in the morning,
That's
like
the
5.
best time to do it. Is
That's
in
when
the
I get up.
morning.
I get up early at 5. I work out for like an hour. Then I go
Start
back
your
to
day.
sleep
Yeah.
It starts your day. So
if I
like
don't have a lot.
the way me and my girl do, we rotate. So most of the time she go get up early in the morning. I'll be with her daughter. Then make sure we drop her off, and then I'll get mine in like the afternoon sometime, and then go do what I got to do throughout the rest of the day.
Nice.
Yeah, it just set the tone for the day. Like
It do.
if I don't get up
It
and
do.
get that workout, I kind of feel sluggish. I do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So usually when I'm in competition, so I compete sometimes in like men's physique competitions. I'll get a cardio in the morning, and then I go back to the gym, and then I get my workout. So my workouts usually be like 45 to 2 hours, just depending on how I'm feeling that day. And then we back on the road. Back on the road.
Nice.
Uh,
That's
Nice.
it's really like two. Sometimes I have 2 days, and then recently I've just been doing cardio outside because it's so hot outside, but it's perfect. So I probably throw on a thermal and just go walk.
nice.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Wait,
It's hot, but it works.
It is.
yeah.
You
Wait,
gonna sweat.
go back. He
Gotta
said I
make sure
throw on a
gotta
thermal.
You
make,
gonna sweat.
gotta make sure you keep your water. You gotta make sure
Yeah.
you keep your water.
Yeah.
This boy said I throw on a thermal. Wait a minute, man. This is a different type of
That's
boy.
the best. That's the best word. But you gotta drink plenty of water because
You gotta drink hella water. Drink
you
hella
gotta
water.
drink hella water because boy, if you don't, you gonna catch
You'll,
one hell of a Charlie
you'll
horse.
fall out.
Yeah.
Fall out. Nah, you gotta make sure you prepared at all times, drinking water. And yeah, man, just about those sacrifice day deposit, which is funny. I haven't been losing a lot of pounds, but I've been losing a lot of body weight. So I'm like back in all my old clothes. So I'm excited. When you put that work in, and
Yeah.
we getting ready. I'm getting ready to go to Atlanta next week. Just doing some promo stuff for myself, me and my team. So we just gonna go put some work in out there.
That's awesome. Well, while we get into it, just tell us, how did you start your career?
Oh yeah, so my background is in modeling. I started modeling when I was 18. I was a freshman at Georgia Southern University. What's so funny? I was going to audition for a dance troupe. Like I like the freestyle dance, but I was like, all right, let's go do something. Like I was still trying to find myself in college. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I just major everything I did because my dad told me to. I missed it by a day, and I walked up, and they was having tryouts for a fashion show called Black Show. And they was like, "You want to try out?" I was like, "Whatever, I ain't doing nothing." Paid my $5, printed off 2 pictures, gave it to him. I was trash. So this is what 2008. So I had baggy pants. I had the tall T style button down, not button down, but the polo. It was real. I had gum in my mouth walking down. It was a mess. It was a hot mess. But I ended up making it through. They chose me, and so we was practicing maybe 3 days out the week. And so every time I'm going down the runway, practicing, walk getting better. I would go home, practicing in front of the mirror. I got the bug. And I was just like, you know what? I think I can do this. But at that time, I didn't realize the work it was gonna take. But I just knew that this is what I could do. And so that's when it got started. 4 years later, just to speed up the story, 4 years later, I graduate, and then when I moved back to Texas, I a mentor of mine that I picked up from a magazine cover shoot that I did for Crave magazine cover shoot. They had a competition back in the day. So the year I did it, it was me, Keith Carlos, and this dude named Brian. Keith Carlos, he won America's Next Top Model. He ended up winning America's Next Top Model. And then Brian, he's actually a successful LGBTQ actor. I know he's an activist as well. But yeah, I was in that group of 3. Met a mentor, and then my mentor been with me, Willie Johnson. He's been with me since I was 21. And he was like, "You need to get into commercials. You need to get commercial broadcast." In my mind, oh man, I just want to be a high fashion model.
Yeah.
I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9", ladies and gentlemen. So that was probably in my mind. I was like, "Nah, just be good. It'll happen." Sometimes if you got to fit it to the sample sizes, you got the sample size way bigger than me, and just so on and so forth. So, I hopped into my first acting class. It was commercial acting at KD Studio.
Right.
And the rest is history. Rest is history. So I did that class, did introduction to acting, trash. So I think a lot of people they think the concept of I'm gonna be an actor, that they're just gonna hop into it and it's just gonna be easy. And it's not.
No.
So a key word that I like to say a lot is development. I had to develop. As a model, I had to develop, and then as an actor, I had to develop. It seems like people want it instantaneous, and nothing comes instantaneous. I'm sorry to tell everybody, but nothing comes instantaneous. So I had to develop, I had to create and work at the craft. I had to fail, I had to succeed in some places. Had to be background, had to do student films, couldn't get paid. So within my career, the first 7 years of my career of being an actor model, I didn't get paid. I didn't make no money. And then around that 8 year, I booked the commercial, and then each year I probably booked 1 or 2 commercials. And so these last 5 years, the trajectory of my career has just boomed because of the consistency. There was a time between 2014, 2015 where I took my eye off the ball. I was doing, not 2016 really. Took my eye off the ball. I was trying to juggle so many things and I wasn't focused. I wasn't all in. And you cannot be 100% to multiple things at one time. You just really can't. Something's going to take time away from you or energy away from you. And so I felt the brunt of that, went through depression at that time. But the biggest thing was when I said and I prayed, I said, "God, listen, if this is what you want me to do, I'm going to go 100% in. 100% in does not mean that I'm going to quit all my jobs and I'm going to struggle to do it. No, it means I'm going to structure what I want to do. Acting is always going to be number one, but everything else, whatever I got to do to make sure that acting stays number one. So if I got to work multiple jobs, but make sure my schedule is open enough so that I can go do these bookings, so I can audition for these stuff. That's what I'm going to do. The moment I did that, the wheels just started rolling."
Yeah.
Man, thank you for sharing that with us right there, especially what you're saying how you battled depression during that time, because we all of us are actors and writers on here as well too. So it's like those slopes and those highs and lows going through.
That's
So
it. It's a journey. It's a journey. Your career is a journey, and I'm still learning. Like I think the biggest thing that has made me successful is I've always remained a student. I never thought that I knew it all. I never think that I know it all. I'm always open to learning. I still go to acting class and learning in class, and I'm learning. Sometimes they'll do the advanced and they'll do the intermediate, so on and so forth. Well, the class I go to, we're all different levels, but we all learn from each other. I don't care if the person is brand new to the class. I don't care if a person has 5, 6+ years in the class. We're learning from each other and growing from each other. and that's that you can learn from anybody. It's just about, are you willing to pay attention?
That's
And
right.
listening and listening is so important in acting, because you got to listen to your scene partner. Even though you know the words, you have to listen for the reaction, the timing. It's so many things when it comes to listening. You have to listen into your notes and make sure that you can turn to that you can implement your notes at a second. There's so many different things on there, but we're gonna talk more on it. We're gonna talk more.
Oh yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely. I know, like, I'm a little hoarse this morning. My voice is kind of going in and out, but like sometimes the family and friends that are along on the ride, they don't understand at the beginning part of the journey how much you're sacrificing to be what you're trying to be and to do what you're trying to do. Like I know for a fact that I have to sacrifice and do these things, right? But it be the other people around that be like, oh my God, you're going to another this, are you doing another that? Are you getting paid for it and this and this? And then having to stop and tell them, no, this job is not a paid job, but trust me, I'm gonna have some opportunities from this because I'm always sowing seeds. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
trying to
I mean, I try to make sure that you got to think, like, it's a lot of people that ask me, Tyrone, I want to do what you're doing, and how can I do this? That ask me, can you do different things? And I just be like, okay. I mean, I have no problem helping, but I think people have to taper their expectations, right, and be realistic. And not realistic doesn't mean not dream big. That's not what I'm saying. Dream as big as you can, but you have to be realistic in, one, the process of you getting there, and then two, are you absolutely putting in everything? I hear people all the time, they're willing to leave their agent because they feel like they're not getting the auditions. Couple things that I asked them: do you have updated headshots? No. Have you updated your resume? No. Do you have a reel put together? No. What do you want them to do? Only thing your agent can do is secure auditions. That's it. It's your job to book it. But if you
That's
ain't got
right.
the tools to secure it, you could go to another agent, but you're not gonna book the job. You have to do your part. You have to do your part in your success. And with me in my journey, I'm the captain of the ship. Yes, my agent works for me. Yes, I have a PR person. She works for me. An agent. I'm sorry, manager. That, yes, we all work in tandem, but they only go as I go. So if there is no motion, there ain't no motion, and it's hard to create motion if you're not moving.
That's
You
right.
know, so and to piggyback off, you know, the pay these are the sacrifices of the game. You're not the first one that's been in this acting thing that had to do background or do all these different stuff that wasn't paid. It's just part of your journey. Just part of your journey. You know what I'm saying? It was part of mine. My dad didn't understand it at first. He's like, well, it's not, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. Well, he's not an artistic person, so it doesn't make sense to him. Right now it's like, I'm not gonna do too many free stuff now, but I know the power of negotiation and that and understanding networking. Sometimes I go to an event and we networking. You know, if on IG, the biggest thing that I've been doing right now is following podcasts, seeing what a podcast said, what's podcast, and exposure. A lot of times people only want to do like interviews when there's a big following behind them. But I like to do these interviews because when my work drops, you're gonna look me up. And when you look me up, the interview is gonna be out there. So you'll see that side of me that it's like, dang, who is this person? And the only way it works is if I do my part, executing these movies, execute and being outside, meeting new people, doing these different things. So yeah, it's all a part of that journey, and understanding that your family member's not gonna understand at first until they start seeing the fruits of your labor.
Right.
Right.
I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. And speaking of journey and family, you mentioned earlier that you're a father.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, and I know that's your everything right there. So how
that's
do you
my
balance, fatherhood and what you do?
of supportive family, of
Yeah.
supportive girlfriend. She go crazy. So it's like that. A lot of stuff I would not be able to do if it wasn't for them, my family, and my support system. But I try to be as present as possible. So I know
Yeah.
there's a bunch of times I'm doing auditions. She's running around here. I tell her to be quiet. She'll be quiet for a little bit, but she's coming up on two. So it's only so much she can do. there's a couple of times that she does auditions. I'll make sure that she doing auditions. We booked a gig before for Arm& Hammer, so we did a commercial together when she was 2 months.
Nice.
Nah.
So it's just I'm dad first, and
Yes.
then once I became dad, it was dad first, and then everything else. And so I just make sure that the main thing, we building. I'm doing something to build a better life for all of us,
Mm-hmm.
And even in the midst of this strike, you gotta make yourself pop. You know what I'm saying? I think I understand the motivation behind we're standing with SAG and doing all this stuff, but we're not SAG. I'm non-union. I'm SAG eligible. I could be in the SAG, but at the end of the day, I got to make my name pop to even be able to be seen. Right? A
Right.
lot of times when you go with these SAG jobs, they're going with the names they know.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
there is a slight chance that you have to change their mind in the audition, which is all on you, absolutely. But they already have a face and person in mind for the role, right? So it's your job to change their mind. 9 out of 10, not gonna change their mind because they need the name, because they need the draw. So you got to
Mm-hmm.
understand that you have to make your name big. You got to put yourself on. You got to create your motion for you. But not to piggyback, but just piggyback off that to go back to everything I do is for my family, do for a daughter,
Yeah.
straight up. She with
Yeah.
she with her granddaddy right now.
That's what's up. That's
I
what's
know
up.
what you're talking about. I have 4. And see, wait till she gets old enough to go, Dad, where you going? You leaving
I got.
That's
again?
it. That's
Ooh.
it.
That's what you'll
Yeah.
be
I
like.
That's
just
it.
got. I just
Good for
got
you.
one. That's it. My son is 12, so
Oh
he
yeah,
understands a lot more. He's more independent now. So
absolutely.
yeah, that's a great feeling to
It
have.
I have
is.
like all age ranges. I have 18, 14, and then I have 8-year-old girls. So like the boys are and believe you me, you say he's 12. My
Yes.
14-year-old be the main one. Like, Mom, you leaving again? Where you going? You just left yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
look at her son. I'm
Yeah,
on
he
a mission.
does that. He does that as well too. But he's clingy to his mama. But then when daddy is around, it's daddy, daddy, daddy all day long. So
Same. She be all over her day when I'm around, or I pick her up, or I do something. We play around, and she'll be like, "Okay," here they go back to the
yeah, yeah.
Man.
What are your favorite places you have traveled? Doing modeling.
Oh man, so I'm definitely New York. I did for modeling. I did New York Fashion Week.
Mm.
Right before this is the last year Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. They had that. So this was that last
Mm-hmm.
year, 2014. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
2014. We was grinding it out, man. So how I got up there was cool, but getting there, man, I end up linking with Kid Carlos. So this the year he was filming for America's Next Top Model. But it was like 5 of us in like a 2 bed little small hotel room, thugging it out.
Mm-hmm.
We was thugging it out, man. We had fashion show auditions. We getting on the train, understanding the Metro card. It was so much. I was there for at least 3 weeks. My face started breaking out because it's like real dingy out there. Really ain't no
Mm.
grass or nothing like that. So I was like, nah, I'm from the South. I cannot do this. But I loved it because I've never anywhere I've ever been for work. I've never been as a tourist. Like New York, I was at Times Square. It didn't do nothing for me. I was just like, all right, this cool, but I gotta go do this audition. So New York for sure, New York City. I'm sorry, and then I did a African movie, Nigerian movie in Washington D.C. DMV area. So we
Wow.
was all around there. It was a independent, of course, but it was pretty cool. So I was around Nigerians the whole time. So just getting a taste of the city. Didn't get to go do too much because it was all filming, but going to DC was pretty dope. DC, so
Nice.
DC and New York City.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the bright
Nice.
lights ain't do nothing. I mean, I guess you was just really focused when you went to New York, right? Because like when I
I
went to
mean,
New York, I
I
was
guess
just
you could say kind of motivated me, but it was just like all I saw was just lights and metal and stuff. I ain't
That's
see
it.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't see.
Right.
I wanted to see my face on there. I wanted to see
right.
my face on there. I wanted to get
Yeah.
to the point where I can see what I got going on up there.
That's
I
dope.
a lot of times I have so much tunnel vision because I understood how long it took to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we're measuring time, but the patience I had, the journeys I
Mm-hmm.
had, the meltdowns I had, the many times I quit. But not officially. It's just like I'm not doing this. So sometimes you think you quitting, but you pausing, because a lot of times when God puts something inside of you, you can't let it go.
You
Right? I don't
can't.
care how many times I don't think about it. I'ma always think about
Just
modeling. I'ma
always
always
think
think
about
about
it.
being. I'ma
That's
always think
right.
about being in front of that camera. I'ma always. So
That's
I'm trying
right.
to busy myself to not think I need it.
That's right.
But anything that I do, whatever the job, I don't work so many jobs. I'm not fulfilled. I'm
Yep.
not fulfilled. My
Yep.
spirit is not fulfilled. I'm dark and gloomy because I'm thinking where I'm supposed to be instead of embracing where I'm just at. And a lot of
Yeah.
times you get lost in it because we know we especially with social media, we try to compare so much that we forget the beauty in our own journey, right? And when you start and accept your yes, what's for you, that's
Mm-hmm.
when things just kind of start uh magnetizing and coming your way. But you got to do your part. You got to step forward. You got to put it in. You got to say, nah, I'm not going to distract myself from anything. I'm going to solely focus on what it is I'm supposed to be doing within my career.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like that.
And with especially in this is being able to stretch yourself in different areas. In acting sense, what is a genre that you would love to be a part of that you haven't done yet? I would like to do.
Man, I want to do a musical, stage play musical. I want to be able
Okay.
to do that. I want to get the training on the musical. I definitely want to be use my dancing skill. I know how to. I know how to follow a routine. I know how to pick up a routine. It might be longer than most people because I'm not like a full fledged dancer, but I have the ability to do it. I just really want to
Mm-hmm.
do a play musical one day, and I'm talking about the big ones, one of the bigger plays, dressing up, all that stuff for sure.
So did you get to catch any musicals when you went to New York?
Nope, I ain't had no time. That was back when
Really
So,
2015. Yeah,
I
we was
just
on the grind to get it. Like they was doing fashion shows everywhere. We had to catch a train to Brooklyn, had to for an audition, had to catch a train to Harlem. I was staying in the Bronx. I was everywhere. I was everywhere.
yeah.
And these train rides are not fast at all.
Ooh.
And I
You
thought
definitely
I
have to
caught
see
myself
him.
getting off on one block trying to go to another. But them blocks is so
I
I was
would have
like,
got
oh man,
lost. I would have got lost.
I'm on the third, so I'm on third, and I can go to first. I'll just walk that.
No
Never
way.
again,
No.
buddy. Never
Wait, you
again,
No.
bro.
walking?
The blocks was so long. I was like, bro, it took me like 30, 40 minutes to get to the other side. I was like, nah, I'm gonna just make sure I ride the train next time. I'll just ride the train next time. Cause that New York City block is not the same
No,
as these kind of blocks. Oh, I just walk down the street. No, sir.
no.
No, sir.
Right.
Ever. Ever again.
And so,
Walking.
like, I had the pleasure of seeing Chicago this year
Oh
when I
wow.
went to New York, and like everybody is a part of the show. Like
Uh-huh.
even the band is a part of the show. And so like they actually not only just do band things, but they're acting as well. So I thought that
Absolutely.
was pretty neat. But I'm
Mm.
That
not
is
gonna
neat.
give you too much because you're gonna be able to see one of those shows soon. And when you see it, you'll be like, dang. I mean, it's so amazing how they just use really everybody. They use the whole stage. Everybody's doing a little bit of everything.
Nice.
Yeah, and they training for a long time just to make sure, because then they have shows back to back to back. So you just gotta have that stamina for it, especially
Yeah.
when you're on Broadway or off Broadway.
Mm.
Anytime they shooting something up there, you're gonna be up there for a while. They're gonna put you up, gonna make sure you're good, and then you training and getting the show ready, and so that for your performances and stuff. So I don't have any equity. Yeah, a lot of the plays that I do, of course, like chitlin circuit plays, but shit, I love them. We get them. That's where I've gotten my skill set has gotten better on the stage. On that
Mm.
stage, you're working it, working with your director, taking notes again, and really, you just start picking up stuff. The more and more stuff you do, you just start picking up stuff, working with different actors, listening to them, taking bits and pieces. You use what works for you.
Oh man, yes sir. You're right about that, man. So what have so you've been on quite a handful of projects. You got Dallas. Let me see what else. No Better Love, Fatal
Mm.
Attraction. But out of not just those, but out of all the work you've done so far, what has been your most favorite or your most fun that you've been a part of?
My most favorite Perk 30 is coming out in October.
Mm,
So Perk 30, I'm a part of with my character, Joshua Perkins. He's the son of a crime syndicate boss head. And so he's just trying to figure his own way out.
Mhm.
I think with Joshua is he's smooth, he's slick, but
mm,
he's still a gangster. But it's stuff that his dad don't see in him. He's seeing everybody else. So within
Facts.
the family, the dynamic is we're all trying to take his spot. He got his character name by the Boppo.
Mhm.
Um and we're trying to take Boppo's spot. He don't trust none of his kids. Don't trust none of his kids because we are savages. But he made us that way. So
Right.
mm.
um throughout Perk 30, it's just gonna be ebbs and flows of everything and things that people not gonna see. But the character that I play in there, yeah, like I brought it. I brought it. And this is with Elmore Vision Production Company out of Houston.
Mhm.
And yeah, we got three in the tuck. So we got Perk 30's dropping, then we got Everybody Hates Christmas, and then we have Guns Down. That's all dropping this year. So it's gonna be crazy. So I'll let y'all in on my plan. So the plan right now, when I go to Atlanta, I already have 3 interviews lined up. So 3 podcast interviews lined up.
Nice.
I'm also going to a
Mhm.
movie release. They're premiering a movie out there. I'm gonna go to the Mix and Mingle because I gotta leave there to go to another interview to knock out. But it's all geared toward the next quarter going into the first. So I have a movie dropping October, November, December, and I got a movie January. We start filming on the sequel to that in a couple of weeks. And then I got a play on the 25th. So it's just a snowball effect. Snowball effect.
Yeah.
So once people can see your name and they see everything out, like we just use the mediums we got. And this is why it's important. Like I think a lot of people only focus on try to work with like podcasts that got like a whole bunch of views and stuff. Well, the thing is you want to build relationships in this
Yes.
thing, but
Right.
you build them from the foundation level. Because a lot of times people try to pop and then build relationships. Well, I mean, you already have a name for yourself if that makes sense. But when you
Right.
build them up, when you build across and build up, it's easier to have people that's already on. You know what I mean? That's on your level because I came up together. Right.
Facts.
So
Right.
I like to build across. I like to build across. Because building up, it just feels like begging. I ain't gonna lie. I don't beg.
That's what's up. I like that. That's a good analogy right there. Build not up, across. That's
Definitely.
dope. Love that.
Build across and then build up together. Just
Yeah.
like
Right.
trying to get pulled up. A lot of times we try to get people, hey, can you look at this? Hey, can you look at this? Instead of, hey, what you got going on? Hey, I got this going. Oh, let's team up because now we can
Right.
make it bigger. Because two is always gonna move forward than one. It just always is.
Yeah.
Amen.
Thanks.
Yeah. We do the same thing, bro. We always networking and building relationships. So definitely keep in
Absolutely.
touch.
Absolutely. And I mean, I say it all the time. My success is not just for me. My success is going to touch so many different people. So even on the journey, if I see a gig that I might not be good for, I'm gonna share it on my page, or I'm gonna share it to my partners, or I'm gonna share it to somebody I think. If I know somebody looking for a photographer, oh yo, I got 3 of them. I'm gonna just send you 3. You whichever whoever you like, just use them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm gonna make sure that people eat because I ain't got to be the only one eating out here. It's
Right.
so much room for everybody, and you can't book everything.
No.
It's physically impossible to book every project. Physically impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stop trying to guard the gate and spread the love. What I've noticed is the more love I give, and it's genuine, it's coming from the heart. The more love, more opportunities I share this and the third, the more blessed I become. Because it's not about just seeing me success. When I see my partner on TV because he did a commercial, I feel successful. When I see another person in this movie that's getting ready to drop, I feel successful. I get success
Mhm.
from seeing. I feel that I get that feeling when I see other people succeed, and it makes me
Yeah.
go harder. And that's what it's supposed to do. A lot of people are envious. It just is what it is. But you have to turn that emotion and that feeling into positivity and let it fuel you to do better and push each other because
Mm-hmm.
it's somewhat competition because it's never a competition to the point where like you suck, you can't do this. It's more along the lines of, oh, you got that one, all right, I'm up next.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, they include me. Hey, they looking for more people though. Here, that's for you.
That's what I'm talking about.
You got it. You got
Okay.
it. You got it. You got to switch it. You got to switch your mindset. You got to switch your thinking.
Well, on that question, how do you give back to the community? Like, what's your ways of giving back to the community?
Oh man, so I try to a lot of times that I give back to the community within my field is giving out information. Giving out information. It's hard to make change without money. I'm just be honest. It's extremely hard to make an impactful change. Now I'm not saying that going to talk to students though, which I talk to students too. If people ask me to come talk to students or do different things, but to make impactful change, you gotta garner money. Money can change a lot of different things. It just moves the needle. It really do.
Yeah, it does.
Right. And then also just being the example of what you preach. A lot of things that a lot of principles that I speak on, I molded them through the grind. I molded them through the grind and I had to actually live them and not just say them. Right. So
Yeah.
living in the manner of which a person gets motivated to that point, and then when you go speak to their kids, you go speak to their students, you just make a change. Same thing. Another thing that I do I'm a substitute teacher. So it's
Nice.
a lot of times when I'm going in talking to the students, it's not a big black male presence in these schools. It's just really not. And you could just see it. You just see it. And then the kids, they respond to you, right?
Yeah,
So
they
you just
do.
try to just be there as much as possible. You see them respond to you because it's like, dang, most of the time they're all around women. Right.
Yeah.
Nothing, no offense or anything. But as a black man, and I look fairly young, so a lot of them are taller than me and look older than me. So
Yeah.
it's just making those impacts and having those talks and speaking from their level, their viewpoint. A lot of times people talk down instead of instruct and
Yeah.
talking to. And so
Yeah.
that's not what these kids need. A lot of them just need structure. They just need that idea of I can do this, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not a lot of things that's showing that they can. If anybody's feeling the brunt of social media, it's these teenagers, it's these kids
Right.
because it's like they feel like I'm 18 years old and I ain't got no money. I'm gonna be honest with you. You from 18 to 22, unless you doing investing and stuff like that, you pretty much gonna be broke. It is what it
Yep.
is. But
Yeah.
don't compare your journey don't compare your journey to anything else, especially if you're in college. Especially in college.
Especially
I
if
see it
you're in
all the time.
college, you
I'm seeing all these
broke.
college kids with Burberry, got the Alexander McQueen. I'm like, what is college?
Now, where they
When I was
getting
in
this
college.
from? When
I
I
never
was in
been in
college,
college.
yeah.
I ain't no Burberry, Alexander
Yeah,
Like,
McQueen.
you
bro,
get no Birkins, no
Like,
I wish
Burberry.
they had
they drip down.
I
I
was
be
telling
seeing
you, I
my
wish
frat
they had the
brothers. They be
NIL
these.
deals.
My frat brothers, the new ones, just be popping out. I'm like, man, they getting money over there. Good lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
They
them
getting it
NIL
in over
deals.
there, man.
For
Yeah,
real. I
man, they
wish they had
good.
them
But yeah, so
NIL
I can
deals.
see
That
where the
was just
pressures, the life pressures, can attack, and so it's just about just making sure they understand that you set your standard, not the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, as far as in the acting world, there's a lot of people that's in this acting game that's trying to make sense and make it make sense, right? So, just give us a few free gems on what you can share with actors trying to figure out their acting journey. Give us one good gem to share with everybody.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a couple, actually. I'm gonna give a few. I'm sorry, not a couple, a few. So figure out your niche. Figure out your niche, right? If you want to be an action star, you gotta be in shape. I'm just gonna be honest. You gotta be in shape. Now, there's the comedic relief style action stars and different things like that. You know what I mean? But if you want to be Jason Statham, if you want to be in that field, you gotta be in shape. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? In the industry at all, you still have to have a shape, or you still have to be somewhat healthy in the thing. But depending on what you're trying to do, that's what you need to be built for within that field. Another thing is do the work. Go to training. Go to class.
Yes.
Go to class. If you just hopping into it, no disrespect on anything, but as a background actor, which I was, because I can speak on it, you get a sense of view that I'm in this movie. And yes, you are technically in the movie, but you don't have anything that you can use for a reel. I see people do it all the time. They clip out them being in the scene, but they don't say nothing. They're just walking by. That's the back of my head right there. That's my face right there. This is this. I'm in these movies. Yes, you're in the movie, right? It's exciting. but you can't take that shit to no agency. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's not demeaning. Keep doing the work.
That's right.
But start doing some of these student films. Start doing some of these independent series. Audition for some of these independent roles. We need to see you speaking. We need to see you acting. We need to see a reel has to be a reel. It can't be a clip of you walking by, right? So, not to diminish background. I've done background. Anything I speak on, I've done. I'm not gonna tell anybody to do something that I didn't do.
Yeah.
So get in the class, do the work. Another thing, like we just the first thing we said, if it's any style of the movie that you portray or that you want to see, look like that image or look like that image that you're trying to do. Now, within doing that work, have all your tools in order, right? Because you don't have to necessarily have a reel to get signed. You don't even have to have a resume to get signed.
No.
Get your ass a headshot.
Yep.
And not your partner that got a camera and y'all can set it up.
Oh, your partner got that good iPhone, yeah.
Or not your cell phone. You gonna put it up and do the cell phone. Not no AI. Not no AI.
You know this girl
headshot.
that got some good angles.
not no AI headshot.
Nah.
Invest in headshots. There's plenty within the Metroplex or wherever you that offer great deals. The most you're gonna probably spend is $500. If you gotta spend that $500 for quality, you spend that damn $500 for quality. Because at the end of the day, this is your career. So what you invest in it, if you invest pennies in it, you're gonna get pennies out of it. If you're gonna go throughout your life or your career doing TFP, just gonna be everything you can strive for more, but it's hard to strive for more if you don't do more for yourself, right? People tend to help people that are helping themselves. People tend to be gravitated to people that's creating their motion, not waiting on anybody, right? And so with that, get the headshots on Actors Access and Casting Networks. Make sure you have a file. Create your file. Create your Actors Access. Create your Casting Networks. Now, I'm not saying that you're just gonna put all your pictures on there because they cost, right?
Yes, it does.
But make sure you at least have 2 headshots. Have your theatrical headshot and have your commercial headshot. Just those 2. Put them up there, and then as you continuously grind it out, you'll fill up your resume with the more things you do. Me personally, when I tell people if you do background, don't be afraid to put background on there. But those should be the first things you take off as you start doing real stuff, right? Not that background is not real. It's just it's not gonna look good on your resume. Just gonna be honest with that. Have realistic expectations, and what I mean by that, like we spoke earlier, have a plan, work the plan for yourself, and be realistic in where you at. Dream big, dream as big as you can, but dreaming without a plan is delusion. We're just gonna be honest. So you have to set up what you think it's gonna look like. Is it always gonna go according to plan? No, because life just be life and things happen. I'm driving to work in my car and my alternator go out. I'm on the road, stuck. By the grace of God, we got an extra car. By the grace of God, we got an extra car, right? But these are things in life. And what did I have to do? The next day I had to go film, right? So you just fight through it. You fight through it. You make it make sense. And then you follow the plan. Things are going to happen. But stick to the plan.
Right.
Stick to the plan. So just to go back over, be in the shape that you need to within the film industry that you want to be in. Do the work. That's the most important thing. Do the work. Do the work. If you're an actor, if you're a dancer, if you're a lawyer, if you're a singer, do the work. Train. Stop thinking you know it. You can just show up on set and do whatever. It does not work this way. It does not work that way. Invest in yourself. Invest in your craft. Do all the things and follow the plan that you have for yourself. So, you else for.
That's just free game, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
free
you.
Game.
Thank you so much.
No problem at all. For real. And I'm an open book. So any y'all ever reach out or just need whatever, just I'll answer. More of the times I'm more than likely I'll answer.
Man,
yes, sir.
Man,
appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it. Tell everybody where we can follow you at.
Oh yes, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Tyrone Betters. My link tree is attached to my account, so there it goes to all of my work. It goes to my interviews. So I don't know what platform y'all put this interview, but once I have it, I get it. I put it on my link tree so that people can go find all of the interviews. It has the production that I'm in currently, and then I got six, seven 6, 7 productions getting ready to drop in a few, and then I got 3 or 4 commercials airing at the same time right now too. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you'll be able to find all that work.
Patience. Look, he putting in that work. Do you hear me?
Yeah. Like if you want to be a star, you gotta move like a star. You have to visualize yourself being a star. Because manifestation is real. I know a lot of people don't believe in that or believe in these things, but manifesting it, speaking it to existence, all that shit real. That's real, and it's real as ever because I'm going through.
Yeah.
That's right.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tyrone Betters, man. Appreciate you again, bro.
Man, I appreciate y'all for having me. This was such an amazing feeling. I needed this. This that got my morning started. I'm grateful.